A war band of vicious Chaos Marines track fresh prey through the acid pits of Beta Decima. One step ahead, a group of Aeldari outcasts launch a deadly ambush against their repugnant pursuers. Will the Night Lords be blasted to bits, or will they flay their foes alive? Find out here on Mountainside Tabletop.
Yo, I got the Nemesis Claw all painted up. Today, who am I taking, Victor? I'm taking everyone you see below. I almost didn't take the Fearmonger, the poison guy, just because, I don't know, I was thinking about taking the Heavy Bolter instead.
Right.
But I decided no. This is the first game on the channel with these guys. Gotta show off the poison guy, because he's awesome.
Yeah.
So I brought him. For equipment, I put a crack grenade with this creature. Normally, he can't shoot. He has no shooting attack, so it makes sense to put a crack on him. Then I put flayed skin on my leader and also on my screecher. And then the skin thief got the grizzly trophy. That's what I'm rolling with.
So, all the operatives are scary. They can all really, really wreck me in melee if I'm not careful. You got some good shooting, but really, in Midnight Clad feels very, very powerful, especially on Beta Decima, because it doesn't specify if you can be on top of a piece of heavy terrain to be within an inch of it. So anytime you're on a platform, if you have a conceal order, you're going to be obscured. And I don't have any obscuring denial with this team. That's definitely like one of their weaknesses. So that worries me for sure.
Does my blood paint scare you? Are you worried about my blood paint? Does it make you get nightmares?
No, in my head canon, the Eldar have blue blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they killed somebody else?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
We asked the patrons who I should play to take on the Night Lords, and thankfully they selected my favorite team. So definitely a bit of a bonus that I get to play the team that I consider my main and probably know the best.
Nice.
I've got kind of the standard loadout here. No heavy gunner, of course, because that kind of sucks. And I've given my gunner the blaster because it's the best gun in the game, in my opinion. And yeah, hoping that I can just kind of abuse getting a free dash, run all over the place, score a bunch of points, and kill stuff when I have to. Really love this team, and they have never got a win on the channel, so hoping today's the day. For equipment, I've given a Lodestar helm to my Wayseeker, given a plasma grenade to my Shade Runner, just in case I get a chance for that Alpha Strike. I gave the Mistfield to my leader, and then finally I gave a Pathfinder Cloak to my Sniper. Kind of waffled between this and a few other options, but seemed like the best way to spend my last points.
All right, Corsairs. You know, like obviously the blaster with AP2 and good damage, basically a plasma without hot.
Yeah.
But honestly, what scares me the most about this team is the free dash and the ploy that lets you do mission actions for free. We're on loot here. Loot is probably worst case scenario for me.
Yeah.
Especially me being an elite team that's kind of slow versus your fast elves with free mission actions. Like that's definitely the worst mission we could have got for me. And I'm just scared that I'm gonna lose on points. Yeah, I can maybe lose a body or two. That's okay. Maybe like I'm gonna Shrek you if I get into melee, but you win with points and your team's really good at scoring points. So I might be in trouble here. For today's game, we're playing on Beta Decima. We've got the Genitorium deployment, and the mission is loot. We roll off for attacker-defender, I win and I'm gonna be the attacker. So Vic picks the right side of the board to be his side of the board, and then we place our barricades and operatives.
In the scouting phase, Brad chooses Recon and I choose Infiltrate. This gives me the option, so I'm going to give him initiative and we'll move on to Turning Point 1.
Alright, in Turning Point 1, I'm going to roll for my D3 Prescience tokens. Unfortunately, I start off with just one token. Nobody does any other ploys, nobody reveals any tac ops, so we get right into the game. I'm going to start here by going with my Fearmonger. I positioned him with my Recon Dash so I can move up, loot this objective, and then poison the objective. Next, Victor activates his Hunter. He moves and dashes, and then spends a CP on Light Fingers to loot this objective for free. Finally, he's going to go with his Bird ability. This could actually screw me over if he gets lucky, and he does not get lucky, so it does nothing. I'm gonna go with my leader now. I'm gonna pop up on this gantry and then spend my 1 prescience token on premonition to gain an extra CP.
My Shade Runner is going to activate, and then since they have fly, I'm going to be able to move and dash on top of the furnace and loot the objective.
Alright, my Skin Thief will move, dash, and then loot. This might look like a weird spot to be in, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm taking advantage of Midnight Clad and positioning so I can maybe get a charge off next turn.
My Carnathi is just going to move and then loot this objective.
Alright, my Screecher's gonna go now. I'm gonna move up, just hide behind this barricade, be in Midnight Clad, and be happy about it.
My Soul Weaver is just going to buff the APL of my Wayseeker and move.
My Ventrilocar is gonna move and dash up, and then use Mimicry to dash forward Vix Hunter.
The Felarch is now going to activate. They're going to move up and hide behind this barricade.
Alright, I'm gonna go with my Plasma Gunner now. I'm gonna move over, and I've given myself a shot on Vix Hunter. I get the kill, and then I dash into cover.
So this is a bit risky, but my Wayseeker is going to activate now, and first I'm going to do Warp Fold with them to swap places with the Carnathi. Then I'm going to move, use my free dash, and then roll to do a second Psychic Power. Fortunately, I get it, so now I'm going to do Lightning Blast on the Skin Thief.
Oh,
That's not great.
rerolls.
You save on 3, so you're probably saving. Yeah, I'm going to spend. Yeah, I'm gonna spend at least 1 on a reroll. Oh, that's the fucking
It's
game.
one of those.
Unfortunately, the fake butcher is only going to take 5 wounds, isn't even injured, and is down to 7 HP.
Alright, well, I'm out of guys, so you just wrap up.
Alright, my duelist is just going to move and dash close to this objective. And then my gunner and sniper are in pretty good spots right now, so they're just going to pass to round out the turn.
I don't hate how I played this opening, except Nemesis Claw has a ploy that lets you basically do an extra recon dash with an extra inch. I could have used this, and I could have probably contested an extra point or just got up the board faster because this team's pretty slow. I didn't really think I would need it in this matchup, but actually, yeah, like brain dead, I should have played this. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep running around and scoring points while I still can, because once my guys start to die, they're really going to start to die.
In Turning Point 2, we roll for initiative and Vic wins. He starts off by playing Outcasts, then I roll for my Prescience tokens and get another one. Then I'll play Prey Sight, which is probably pretty optimistic, but I have a lot of CP to burn, and I'll also play Nightmare Manifest. Then we both reveal Eliminate Guards. This is the Mountainside special. Victor puts it on my Skin Thief, and I put it on his Shade Runner.
So, with the first activation, I'm going to activate my Wayseeker. Brad, of course, plays Vox Scream here. I had a feeling he might, so I'm going to switch plans a bit and activate my Shade Runner instead. So, I'm going to spend a CP on Light Fingers once again to do a free loot, then I'm going to dash and shoot the Skin Thief with my pistol. Only 4 damage goes through, but he's already pretty low here, so then I'm going to do a slicing attack for my last action and get the kill, scoring 1 for Eliminate Guards.
I don't even know if Vox Scream is worth it, but now I'll go with my Fearmonger. I'm gonna move, and then luckily Victor's giving me a nice blast attack here, so I'm gonna chuck my Terror Chem Vial at the Shade Runner. I get 5 damage through, and the Shade Runner's poisoned. Then the blast attack against the Wayseeker. Also poisoned, and the Wayseeker is down at 1 HP. This member of the 1 HP gang is brought to you by Tom E. Thanks, Tom. Then because I played Nightmare Manifest, I can shoot with my pistol. I'm gonna shoot the Wayseeker because I want to kill him before he activates. And just barely, I do get the kill.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. My Carnathi is now just going to move and loot.
My leader's gonna move, loot, and then I'll spend my 1 Prescience token to gain a CP again.
Alright, my gunner, best gun in the game, is going to move up and take a shot at the Fearmonger. Get a pretty nice kill here, and then just dash back down to safety.
My Screecher's gonna move and dash, and then loot this objective.
So, a bit of a pass here. My Duelist is just going to move up and then hide at the base of the furnace.
My Plasma Gunner now, I'm going to climb the gantry with him and then just hang out in the middle of this gantry with an engage order. This is probably a bad play, but the reason I'm doing it is just to try and, threaten Vic with Overwatch to make him think twice about moving up and attacking with an engage order with someone.
Yeah, that makes sense. My best gun has already gone, so I don't really have any options to deal with that. So my Soul Weaver's going to activate now. Just buff my leader's APL and then run to the other side to start supporting over there.
Okay, my Ventriloquar is going to move up next to my Screecher.
So now that my leader has 3 APL, I'm going to do my free dash, loot the objective, take a shot at the Ventriloquar, get 8 damage through. Would have liked a bit more with that pistol, but then with my last action, I'm going to move back and hop down to the ground. Brad's all out of guys, and my sniper's just going to move up to this barricade here. Unfortunately, no shots to take.
Alright, well, at the end of the turning point, I'm still in the lead for CP, but I'm 3 points behind in VP. I made some mistakes here. I'm finding it hard to actually just move up the board and get to your guys. You're playing very cagey, and it's succeeding.
Yeah, one big blunder I made here was giving you that blast attack early on, but I did worry that if I went the other way with my Shade Runner, I was just leaving myself open to get destroyed by your plasma gun. I think it was kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but that was pretty devastating. I've got one guy who's poisoned with 3 health left and another one's dead, and that was like a lot of my control pieces up there.
In turning point 3, Victor wins initiative again. In the strategic phase, first up, the Shade Runner rolls for poison damage, takes 2 mortal wounds, and Victor, he's all the way down to 1 HP. This member of the 1 HP gang is brought to you by Stephen Garrett Day. Thanks, Stephen.
I think that's our first strategic phase 1 HP gang.
Yep. Alright, Victor's passing a lot, so I'm gonna roll for Prescience again. I get 3 tokens this time, then I gotta make something happen, so I'm gonna play We Have Come For You, Prey Sight, and Nightmare Manifest. For TAC Ops, Vic reveals Flawless Raid to win more TAC Op and immediately scores 1 VP. Then I'll put my Eliminate Guards on Vic's Carnathy, Vic does the same on my Ventriloquar, and then I'm going to reveal Executioner, my Screecher's the Executioner, and I'm targeting Vic's Sniper.
So first up, before they just get totally shredded, my sniper's going to activate. Luckily, they're close enough to my leader that even if Brad had chosen to Vox Scream here, I could have just chain activated, so he saved his CP. So I'm going to dash, loot the objective, and take a shot at the Ventriloquar. Get a good roll, but unfortunately no crits, so none of those mortal wounds, and Brad's going to spend a CP on his defense rolls to stay alive with 1 HP.
This member of the 1 HP gang is brought to you by Daniel Barreto. Thanks, Daniel. Unfortunately, I put my Plasma Gunner in a stupid spot, so I kind of have to go with them now. I'm going to switch to Conceal, move, and then tap this objective.
My Shade Runner, who is pretty miraculously still alive, is going to dash up, and since they have fly, I can get all the way up to the top of this furnace. Then I'm going to loot the objective and chuck a Plasma Grenade at Brad's leader and Plasma Gunner. I get a great roll here, but Brad uses one of his tokens, so he only takes 3 damage because he can just a scratch one of the crits. And then with the attack against the gunner, again, only 3 damage goes through, so he's all the way down to 6. Neither of them are injured, unfortunately. I gotta start scoring. Unfortunately, I hate to do this because my leader's so strong, but I'm just gonna move, dash, and then tap this point. Well, I'm going to activate my leader now. I have a feeling Brad might be holding Headhunter in his hand for his 3rd TAC Op, so I'm going to run away from his crack grenade and hide behind my gunner. Luckily, they both have an invul now, thanks to my leader's equipment. Alright, back to scoring points. My Ventriloquar is going to tap a point, and then use Mimicry to dash the sniper just a little bit closer to the Screecher, so that when I do charge, I can be in a better spot. Pretty devastating Corsair action inbound here. My Duelist is going to activate, move, dash, and then do the pistol barrage on the leader. I'm going to use the Shuriken pistol first and bring the leader all the way down to 3 wounds. Then, even though I get a pretty bad roll with my fusion pistol, it's AP2 and the kill goes through regardless, and I'm going to score 1 point for Headhunter. I only have my Screecher left, so I'm going to charge the sniper. I'll deal D3 mortal wounds when I do for We Have Come For You. Just 1, and then I'm not going to fight because the gunner will just kill me, and I'm not going to tap the point because it's already tapped. These are sad activations. So my Kurnathi is going to tap and then just move and dash to buy this furnace so I can pop up in the next turning point to secure that point. Then Brad's out of activations, so my Soul Weaver's just going to move up and buff the APL of my Kurnathi, and then my Gunner, who is once again in a great spot, is just going to pass.
Turning point 3 is over, and I am not feeling good. The score is 7-11, and basically I'm just trying to score points. I haven't been able to really get into melee much at all. What feels worse than anything is basically knowing that if I score a point with my leader, he's gonna die to the duelist, and doing it anyway because I feel like I have no choice. That feels a bit bad, but I could have played a bit more aggressively maybe, but I don't even think I could have gotten to a position where I could have shot you with my plasma. I don't know, I should have positioned better earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I'm up by 4 points right now. We know with Flawless Raid, I'm going to be up by 5. But you have a lot of scoring potential left. I know that you're probably going to put Eliminate Guards and Executioner on the Sniper, get 3 points there, tap a point, and then all of a sudden it's a pretty close game. You know, I'm feeling good about my lead, but the thing is like, you know, 3 APL Space Marines being left alive can always do so much damage in Turning Point 4, so the game is definitely not over yet.
You know what else isn't over, Victor? Our Patreon shoutouts.
Before we go on to Turning Point 2, we just want to quickly say thank you to the 1 HP Gangsters Mountain Goats!
Nice try, though.
Yeah, thanks.
Honestly, I didn't even see it coming.
Yeah.
But I'm so tired. Like, all my reaction, my reflexes are just dead.
All right, that's 2-0 for Brad on
right.
Patreon jump scares. Don't do it.
Can we replay both previous jump scares right now?
Yeah.
Thanks, patrons.
You're gonna do another one. I know it, and I'm gonna fucking fall for it too. I'm so on edge.
This
now.
is the best because now I've done it twice. I'm not even gonna do it. But the fact that you're worried about it is the best part.
As much as every time you say you're not gonna do it, I get more intense. I'm gonna like.
Is this a bit now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
this is the worst
Lord.
bit.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, patrons.
So, in the top of Turning Point 4, Brad wins a pretty crucial initiative roll. In the strategic phase, my Shade Runner is going to die thanks to the poison, and then Brad is going to play Nightmare Manifest, and I'm going to play Rapid Strike. In target reveal, Brad's going to put Eliminate Guards on my Sniper, and I'm going to put Eliminate Guards on the Gunner.
Alright, for my first activation, I gotta go with my Screecher here. Currently the score is 7-12, and I gotta make some points up. First things first, I'll change to a Conceal Order and then tap this objective. Then I'll fight the Sniper. I take 2 damage from his fists, but I easily get this kill. That'll score me 1 point for Eliminate Guards, 1 point for Executioner, and 1 point for Robin Ransack. Now the score is 11-12, and I'm feeling like maybe I could pull this out.
You know, for some reason I totally overlooked Robin Ransack, but I have to say, that was one of the most brutal fights we've ever had on the channel.
Yeah, this guy's devastating.
Talk about bringing to a fight.
With my last action here, I'm just going to move into hiding. I'm pretty sure he's safe till the end of the game, and most likely I'll be maxing out Robin Ransack.
Yeah, see, already this game is like a bit close for comfort. So my duelist is going to tap their objective, do a free dash, and then move up to the top of this furnace. I don't know what it's accomplishing, but it just feels like it's good to be closer to the action.
Alright, well, I gotta steal that furnace objective before Victor gets it, so my gunner is gonna move and dash up there, and then tap the objective, and the score's 12-13. I'm so close.
Yeah, I think it's all going to come down to this. So my Kurnathi, fortunately I moved up here, is going to be able to charge up the furnace and fight the gunner. I'm doing 6 damage on a crit here, so I only need 1 to go through to score a point for Eliminate Guards, and fortunately I do. You know, I saved a CP, and with Relentless I had 9 chances to get that crit, and fortunately I got it on the first try.
Yeah. Alright, well, my Ventriloquist is gonna go now. I'll tap the objective and pass.
And then, yeah, my Soul Weaver is just going to tap and pass, and then the rest of my team is going to do a little dance and take us to the end of the game.
I love effectively scoring 5 points in a single activation. Feels so good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the game, unfortunately, I'm just short. Final score is 14-15. What a close game, Victor.
Yeah, that's crazy because, like, I really felt safe in that win, but there was one activation at the end where all of a sudden it was, you were right there in the rearview mirror, and definitely came down to the end.
Yeah. There were certainly ways I could have juiced an extra point or two out of this game. You know, lots of ploys that I spent CP on, and they did literally nothing. Even still, I'm sure you didn't play perfectly either.
Yeah.
Fun game, though.
Great game. I was expecting to really hate playing the Night Lords, but they were fun to play against.
That's great. Yeah, I love that.
They were a really engaging team, and like playing into Vox Scream, it was fun to figure out like, okay, how am I going to play around this? And like, you going to let me do it or not? And I thought that was a fun mechanic. In Midnight Clad felt frustrating at the beginning, but like once you go engaged, it falls apart, you know? So like, it's not like there's no counterplay, but really interesting and a good game.
See ya.
Bye.